Yo, King Earner coming to you live and direct. I apologize. I know I haven't been on here like that this month. I've been doing a lot of moving around and I'm trying to get where I'm at now to kind of add up to what I need in reference to the content and how it's being seen. I like it squared up, everything boxed all the way in. This look right, homie, you think?
Yeah, that's cool.
All right, I just wanted to. All right, youngins, today I want to give y'all some more game, man. We done put out a few kittens already this month, and we ain't gonna keep talking about these kittens. We're gonna move along. I wanted to speak on individuals. I always hear this all the time when it comes down to good guys. I always hear it. And the number one thing I get is individuals saying, oh man, well, so and so and them, they planned it out themselves. They kind of, done them and agreed to tell on each other in order to get less time. Then you got the other people that say, oh man, I put homicides on a dead man. I was on some other type of time. All these things are conversations that I call entertaining to become a rat. Take a look at a person who was a friend of mine that turned rat. Was a good dude, man. I mean, coming up, man, and me and him done a few bits together. His honor was intact in these times, but of course, when we speak of a rat, we give an understanding that anything that they called or the people called of honor is stripped from them because they lose their honor once they stand in front of the court of law and kind of, how can I say it, lock themselves up and give up everything that's attached to them. Smoke was a good dude, man. He lost his honor by getting with co-defendants and trying to come up with a trick. And that trick wound up hurting a brother by the name of Richard Potts, if I'm not mistaken. It's a good Muslim brother, man. Nasir, he wound up getting a lot of time because Smoke from Do or Die went in there and kind of, told on everything, man. They had a plan that's supposed to be called helping each other by saying, look, you tell on this, you accept that, you tell on that, and I accept this. And when we get in the courtroom, we get our time and we still get the 5K1. That's what a lot of rats was doing at that time. This is when three-way cooperation and all that type of nonsense was going on. Three-way cooperation is an individual that's in the can, has someone out here that don't mind cooperating and telling and locking people up in order to get him free, give them the points. You see where I'm coming from? So it's ridiculous, but we're putting it into it with positivity. At a time you will hear good dudes, good men saying, man, we got to put them down. Rah, 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 rah. No, I'm teaching something totally different. We got social media now where individuals are allowed to be spoken about. It's called freedom of speech, you see. I have a right to speak on individuals that is harming our community. I have a right to do this. So today I just wanted to give that understanding though. Don't try to be slick. It happened to Smoke. He said he was being slick, and before you know it, he entertained it that much that he told on his only friend, his friend from the sandbox. And that's dishonor, man. You know what I'm saying? We got to start negating that type of nonsense. A lot of people say, oh, King Earn, I think the message is kind of, it's a message that's like, for real, I ain't gonna lie, I'm mixed up. The only reason why you're mixed up because you don't know the streets. Anybody that knows the streets know one of the number one things that we should know, that the children should know that's in the communities that decide to go on the streets, that there is a 100% chance that your friend, your homie, or whoever you do that negativity with or started with will tell on you. You gotta know this, and that should be enough to be like, you know what? That's an illegal thing that we will be doing. Why would I want to deal with someone that's gonna tell on me or that has told on numerous people of it a lot of other times? It's sad, and me, I don't like to speak on guys that I already checked their honor. Guys like Tuffy and that other rat Maybach. Them guys their honor been snatched in the can. When they was talking about throwing penny parties of Patron and dollar parties, if you told what I told, I checked them all, man. I'm not one of these individuals that get in front of this camera and just talk, man. Worldwide, ever since I've been home in 2010, this is what I've been saying. It was first gel livers, but I couldn't give it to the people because it was a little rough around the edges, and I had a lot of negative mind thoughts. I was still even though I wasn't committing violent crimes, I still had a lot of violence in my mind. So it was good that it didn't take off then. It's good that it's taking off now because it's stopped recycling crime. I'm allowed to tell my community to stop. And I'm allowed to tell them why I feel as though they should stop going back and forth to jail. And if it's public, if I could Google it, then guess what? I'm allowed to speak on it because that means it's public. A lot of people miss and understand. They say, King Erna, watch out. Oh my goodness, man. Them feds, man, they're gonna lock you up for talk. I say, you know what I say? BS. You're scared. You're a weirdo, whatever the case may be, because they're gonna lock me up for what? Telling another black brother, do not go for going in the streets because if you do, you're liable to get locked up and people are gonna tell on you and put you in a position or wind up killing you or wind up doing some wrongful things to you. Because I tell the community that and I give them an example of the guys that they follow, like that rat Tuffy, like that rat Maybach O, like that rat that probably just got off the stand with somebody. It's always somebody. But what I don't preach is, I don't preach violence. Why would you want to harm a rat? They got holes that they go into where they harm themselves mentally every night. Conscious kills more than a physical murder can ever take. So don't commit no violent crimes throwing your life away about these scumbags. Have some honor. And remember, stay away from entertaining the thought of being a rat. There is no trick. There is nothing. There is no, look, I'm going to tell them what you done and you tell them what I done. No, you're losing your honor because guess what? Your children got to grow up to that. People that you love, people that you honor, got to say, oh my goodness gracious, he is a despicable rat. And who wants that for themselves, man? Who wants that? Nobody wants to have that type of mindset or that type of lifestyle. So what I'm doing is I'm giving the youth the understanding today, January the 8th, if I'm not mistaken, please do not get involved with selling drugs or get involved with the guys' names that I'm snatching honor. Don't get involved with that nonsense. If guess what? And I'm gonna say this, and I pray any of you guys aren't selling drugs, and I pray that these rats aren't in the mix of still poisoning our community. But youngin, if you got something from that rat or any of these rats, keep it. Keep it and change your life around. The money that you make off of it, start you a business. But let them know. Don't be a chump about it. Call them. Say, listen, man, I heard what King Erna was talking about on YouTube, and your name is everywhere. All when we Google United States versus America versus you, we see everything that you have done. We see it, and once we see it, guess what? We decided we don't want to be an individual who are selling drugs or getting themselves caught up in that nonsense. So please don't call my phone, and you can forget about that nonsense that you gave me because 9 times out of 10, the government is listening to this conversation, and I don't want to sell drugs anymore. That's what you got to do. Today, you want to get on your phone. Do not miss a beat. Call these guys. Hello, yo, King Erna said this, and I don't want to be involved in that negativity. Get your behind a job, because if you don't get a job, yup, you'll have that green jumpsuit on. Yup, you'll have that green jumpsuit on, and you'll notice those guys, those rats, that claim to be getting all the money, they'll be coming through, but you won't be on the block with them. You'll hear from the toilet, through the toilet. Hey, so-and-so here, the rat so-and-so here. You'll hear that, and you'll go in your cell and you'll think, wow, that's where that moment comes in. Who you are as an individual, man. Wow, what do I do? How do I carry it? Because you got to realize that guy that just got locked up, he knows all of your deep secrets. He knows them all. And for him to call you to that bull, to give that signal to you that he is around, that he is in jail, is a warning that he is going to get on that stand and bury you. Youngins, that's what you want for your life? You want to be sitting in a courtroom and saying you cool and having somebody send you to jail, having control and power over everything that you got going on in your life? I'm confused and I'm lost and I'm distraught because at the end of the day, even me, the type of individual I was, while I was sitting in that federal jail, I said, when I get out of here, I will never sell a drug. And I haven't sold not one yet. You know why? I believe in a legal earn. I believe in a halal earn. I understand. I know how to do it. It brings way more than the illegal life. The illegal life, just give it to you real quick. But before you know it, it's all gone. You at trial. A guy didn't even kill you. It's going to cost you, though. A guy didn't kill you, murdered you, shot you up bad, had to figure out how you can earn while you shot up, beat up, done, over with. Or an individual just tells on you every chance you get, and you never get a chance to be free anyway. You never get a chance to spend that quick money that you make. You know why? The government comes back for their money, and they want it. And the IRS, you the kiss at it bad. Better. When they on you, they swamp you. Ain't no one that coming till they get you. And they coming till they get you because their numbers is official. We got to get a different plan, youngins. These guys that were rats, that are rats, if you like to come forth and speak to our community and speak on guys like William O'Neill, who betrayed his people, a backstabber, a backbiter, a dishonorable guy who gave the Black Panther Party up and started that nonsense. It became something prevalent then. Then you had the Sammy the Bull, who was allowed to be an undercover mutt the whole time. Maybe he wasn't a cop, but guess what? God, he been noticed. His lifestyle, his mindset. Why did he choose the streets? You got to look out for those type of guys. Because the streets is nothing that for anybody to choose. Majority of individuals that's in the streets have grown up with a negative mindset or been around something that was negative. And you got to understand that just because a person was like that doesn't mean that they're going to stay like that. I know. I had some rough times, but I also had some good people to show me love, my family, my grandparents, may I say. But I also lost all of those individuals in 2008 while I was in the federal detention center after doing time on a state bid. I got indicted at the door on my way home. Yeah. And I stood tall. I stood tall. I could have said anything on anybody. I could have made up lies, anything. But know what I done? I said, yo, you know you was in your bag out there. A law stopped you here. Do your time, come home, and don't end up ever, ever, ever coming back to this place again. So now I understand positivity. No matter if a person understands from their angle or not, I understand what I'm giving to the people. And what I'm giving to the people, that's not a joke. That's not something for everybody to like bit off. Yeah, we bitten. Look at that rat being put out there finally. I think a lot of you guys really lost your heart since what happened to Brandon in them times. And I don't know actually what happened. I just heard that he was murdered. And because he was a guy that kind of like talked heavy against the rats, I'm pretty sure that he got himself out of the way. But I'm pretty sure it's more or less something that y'all allow to be what we call as fear. Y'all allow that to sink in. Oh, that happened to a person by a rat. So what? So who cares? Don't nobody care about that. That's life. Now we speaking of good men becoming fearful men, all because of what they speak on their mouth and how they entertain conversation. You got to learn how to talk. You got to learn how to speak. You can entertain the wrong things. Oh, if I would have told, and if I was him, and if I had ever, and if I, no. It's out of here. We Muslim. We follow Quran and Sunnah, right? Well, we don't deal with if. You hear me? We don't deal off of that. You know what we deal off of? Based on honor, everything. If King Garner is saying it, best believe King Garner is telling the truth about it, because I don't have to pull y'all legs. And if you see how I carried this month, I really didn't flood YouTube. Shows you that I'm not in need of anything. But I got to understand why I change. Allah first, I asked him to help get my mentality away from a savage mood and savage understanding. Then I started taking the CMAR school, which is 92 of the 102 minerals your body is made of. It cleanses your cells. You got a lot of cells up here. And when it finished cleansing them cells, guess what? I became an individual who was a person against violence. Like, I don't understand it. I only understand violence in defense. So I'm not playing offense in this world that we live. A lot of y'all are playing offense just by even participating in the streets. It's offense. It's not defense. Defense is what I do. Never stay living. Never ever tell anyone where you lay your head. Always, always remember that your family, the ones that you love, are more important than anything. So you make sure they are legally together on all terms. Whatever that they can get a privilege of taking, I don't care how old. If they're over 21, you better get you a license to carry. So while individuals walk around with their shooting homie, with their shooting friend, I'm now honored up. I walk with my friends, my brothers that aren't a part of the streets, that love me to death, and say, we are here to make sure that when you're outside of that box of your own comfort zone, even if they came from the side, the back, in the front, they would not, I repeat, even get a chance of winning. You know why? It's called thinking first. Before the platform ever came together, I made sure that I understood that power was needed on my end. And I given that power, I have it without using it in a form of, this is my shoot 'em up, bang, bang this is da-da-da-da. No, it's quiet, because that's not what we're preaching. We're not trying to be cool in front of people. We're just honoring a few lives and teaching these youngins to stay away from these guys who will end up locking them up. Probably got a bunch of kids right now on the indictment list because of dealing with these guys. From this day on, if I already snatch your honor, your name won't be mentioned at all, period. Your name won't be mentioned, but youngins, stop entertaining the thought of becoming an informant. Stop entertaining the thought of, oh, I knew that about this person. Now that I'm jammed up, I can do that. Stop thinking like that. Think more like, damn, I put myself here in jail. Rather what I dealt with, rats or not, or whatever the case I've done, I put myself here because I chose that life. I got to deal with it. I got to do day for day. The judge looked in smoke from do or die eyes, and he said, I don't know what the government had in store for you. I've seen you told on a lot of different things involving second and third superseding indictments. He said, I'm not going to sit here and honor that today. I don't honor that 5K one if they bring it to me. And I give you 60 years, 702 months, or something like that he gave me. Youngins, wake up. Wake up. Stop entertaining the negative thoughts and get in the line of understanding that you can earn way more money in a legal life and keep it. I don't care if you end up 5, 10 grand or $1,000, but you're free and you don't got to worry about nobody sending you to jail or nobody trying to murder you or do nothing negative to you, because you're going to become an individual that give back to the community, rebuilding what you once destroyed. And guess what? They're going to hate you, hate you, hate you. But you're not supposed to be around them nor amongst them anymore. You understand that? You get away from them. When you're growing like I do, can't be in your old neighborhood running around trying to be shoot 'em up, bang, bang with these bums that have nothing going on. The kids are gaining more honor and heart than some of these older dudes that I seen when they were in the streets. The kids. But the kids don't understand it's a brick wall when it comes down to negativity. And when you run into it, it's either death or jail. If it's jail, you come home and straighten your life out, young buck. I'm telling y'all now. King Earner live and direct. If I'm not on tomorrow, Still come through and check out all the other videos. A lot of y'all new subscribers, y'all haven't seen my whole channel. Come through. And this another thing, man. You know what I be laughing at? And this is one of the reasons why I kind of stick to myself if it ain't like little bro, Doors of Honor. People will talk about rats behind their back. People try to kick it with me, rat this, rat that. They'll go around the posts that I post on Instagram or YouTube. They'll go around that, see it, they won't like it because they don't want the rats to see them like when I'm speaking bad about them. But they know, they say it behind, they talk about it behind closed doors. Oh, that boy king, But they don't like it or post it and they don't stand with it. I know a few dudes, man. One is I know that know everything about all the guys I just mentioned that been around them and got away from them because he was disgusted, a good man. I ain't gonna mention his name because I probably, lose in touch with good men that got good information that says we like that you're not trying to murder these rats. We love that because you're able to stay free and you're able to give them an understanding that they have to change their lives by telling these children who they are, telling people in the community who they are. All the fake keep hustling stuff and poison our community is just it's going to destroy more. You're not a rapper where you're speaking your talent and your pain. You're a convict. You're a criminal rat, and you're in and out the cans preaching this nonsense to the kids or honor it. Then you got the other dudes who stand in a position of doing positive things that honor these rats. Wrong message. Wrong message. Stay tuned in, man. Like I said, it's going to be a couple days before I'm back. But please come around, look at everything. Also, the reason why I'm going to be a couple of days off because we finally have gotten one of the biggest hustles in the world. We got the sea moss gold and we got so much of it. Let's put it this way. I could sell it at an honorable number, raw and paste, and it still have some to next year, the shipment I got going on right now. And it's going to stay the same. The work is beautiful and it comes back very honorable. And guess what? You won't lose an inch or a bit of it. You know why? This sea moss gold, it grows. It grows. I done seen people do all type of stuff, letting that stuff sit in the water. I done seen a dude go ahead and put 5 ounces in the water and get 264s in paste. You hear me? What we talking, how we carrying it. We're going to better ourselves. We're going to honor this distribution that I'm about to put in place worldwide. Only one I'm honoring is Black and Nobel, 410 South Street. You hear me? We taking over with a legal product. Join in because tomorrow I'm going to be showing y'all every different shake I'm going to have. I'm going to be showing you the building that I will be delivering and selling out of. Look, we got it. We got so much sea moss, man, we could fill the whole city up with it. I'm King Runner from the Honor Your Life campaign. Stay tuned in. And remember, honor is the action to loyalty. Oh, check my podcast out on Anchor, man. Google King Earner. Look around. Every video, I click them, I put them there. And get your sea moss gold. Get what I got left on that end. You know how it is when you first put your whole boatload. When you get the boatload, you put it all down on it. That's what I done, man. I gave up everything. Couple little coins for me to move around and be able to be here and there and make sure I take care of my responsibilities and my bills. But for the most part, I gave it all up. Just so y'all can have something that changes your mindset and give you clarity that there is no honor in the streets. Youngins, positivity, programs coming up. Pay attention, y'all. I got a lot of programs already going on that y'all missing out on. Honor Your Life campaign been going on for years now. We in almost every school in Philly. I mean, not public, but we there. We around, you see? But we restoring honor. And guess what? It feels good. How that song go? It feels good. Yeah. No rat zone. Yeah. They feeling this pain. They don't understand how it's got his dame. He's trying to figure out his name. I'm like there, Coco Lane. Your honor snatch, you mutts. There will be No more honoring rat. Oh, a good brother is coming home, man. A good brother. I think his name is Lorenzo Dunmack or something like that. Tyreek, Reek dishonors rats. Now, I snatch honor. But this guy here snatch hearts out of bodies. I've seen the whole compound and scared of this man at one time. And I've seen him honor those that he loved that would stand up. How many of y'all dudes gonna honor the good men that got stand up in them over the rats that think they the most brolic ones? King Earn alive and direct. You heard what I said. Some good brothers come home, a lot of them. They stand with King Earn, all the good men. The ones that are serious in this world, they stand with King Earn. You know why? Because they know that I'm doing what a lot of other individuals supposed to be doing. Dudes that walk the yard with these guys that told on their friends, their brothers, their mothers. We don't promote the violence, but guess what? The Honor Your Life campaign gonna change the narrative, live and direct.